the bottom of the sea is. Was trying to make it happen till I happened to ball. It's all mind over matter. The fuck the matter with y'all, huh? Be a man of everything you say you stand for. Lead your people by example, being hands-on. If you're back against the wall, then get your mash on. Fix your vision on the future like it's fast forward. The world is yours in due time, ain't gotta ask for it. I'm from the school of hard knocks, I took a crash course. Should be struck with my nigga, that's why I'm getting high. But that's life and it's the code that I live by.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome to another week of It Is What It Is Radio. I'm your host, Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles. And before we start the show, you know we have to give my brother Jamel Raymond Bishop a moment of silence. This is King Porter Forever Friday. And also, we're going to give your daughter a moment of silence. Thank you very much. Today, I'm actually blessed to have two special guests. I got David Charles to the right of me.
Whoa, what's up, Pete?
And I got Mr. Jamal Russell calling us.
How y'all doing?
Great to hear from you, good brother.
Yeah, always.
Hey,
appreciate the time, always.
even though February is gone, I got a few poems from you. I want to know, can you please give the people that Black History poem that you wrote?
I'm trying. I don't even have it.
You don't got it with you?
I don't have it with me.
Okay.
I got another one with me. I should have had that on me and been prepared though.
Give the people something real quick.
Okay. J.S. Russell, the prison poet. Live from the pen. This is a piece I call Uncommon. Often on the compounds, niggas will call me or say I look like Common. Even the CEOs will say, you look like that actor, not have the knowledge of common sense the rapper. I occasionally tell people, common sense ain't common. Due to different backgrounds and point of views, people just don't think the same. I even feel the same about dude. The man they say that I look like ain't common. And here's what I'm saying. Dude came from the hood, became D-boy, rapper, and made it to the silver screen. Mom took me from the hood. I became a D-boy, sold crack and left a murder scene. In my opinion, old boy is essential. You have done what you did, playing roles opposite of Paula Patton with her fine ass, having relationships with Erica and Serena with they thick, beautiful, bad asses. Then having the good fortune of being part of hip-hop and cinema classes. That's uncommon. Being a black man in prison, that's common. Being a distributor and user of narcotics, that's common. Leaving a woman behind to raise a child, that's common. Using violence and leaving a mama crying, that's common. I guess that makes me a common motherfucker, a common nigga. So when they ask, do you know who you look like? I answer for the common, wishing I could be in his place. Or like him, be doing something better. Using my words, performing in shows, being in commercials, and motion pictures. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all. I don't mind being said to look like common. I just mind being a common nigga. I'd rather be uncommon.
It's dope.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
That was a little piece of, I mean, you checked out the Facebook for everybody that don't know about it. It's JR Right and Freedom. And if you get a chance to actually look at my pictures, you can see what I mean by when, I look like Common, or everybody say I do.
You right.
But that was just something that was on my mind that day that I had to put down. But yeah, I wish I had that Black History, you know what I mean? I could actually want to go get it, but I don't know how much time you got for me in this slot, and I don't want to take up so much time with yours. You know,
Yeah.
I always want to represent the behind the wall mentors of the guys that's in here.
Right.
Everybody that's doing their thing trying to help the youth in here. Ty, do you have a minute for me to get that?
Yeah, go ahead. Nah, we'll just let me know when you get back.
Right.
Okay?
Okay, I'll be 1 second.
Okay. Mr. Charles,
What's up,
how
Ty?
you doing, man?
I'm good, man.
Good?
It's good to come back. You know, I try to peek my head in whenever I get a chance to see what's going on with
I
you.
appreciate it, definitely. Appreciate
and I
it.
appreciate, you know, you just being consistent with it. You know, you've been doing it for a while. You've been giving people a voice, and that's important to maintain a level of consistency and to give people a quality product and stay true to the game. So I give you kudos for that.
I appreciate you, man. I definitely appreciate it. You know, I'm just trying to, like you say, give people a voice, and you know, share my platform.
Yeah.
That's about it. But enough about me. What you been up to, man?
Well, you know, I'm just trying to get back to being David Charles. You know,
Yeah.
you know, I had some difficult times recently.
Yes. Yes.
And you know, you get to a stage in your life where you know, I felt like I was at a place where I was truly built up through doing a lot of research, educating myself, and I felt like I was at a place where I had learned and I was mastering myself. And then to take the loss that I took, it was a process where I had to kind of start all over. I had to build myself back up because I was broken, you know, from losing my daughter. So I was broken, and I still deal with things, still go through the motions, as I know you understand from losing your brother.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, just becoming more connected and getting back to the things that got me mentally where I was at one point.
Right.
So that was important to me, is to go through that the process of just healing, developing an understanding for the situation. You know, death is a part of life, and to truly appreciate life, you have to understand, or at least appreciate some levels of death.
Yeah.
And death can sometimes teach a person to appreciate life.
Indeed.
Yeah. So you know, that's you know, if you're going through anything that you're going through, if you research it and you understand it, you can develop some level of peace within it. You know, because I've never grieved on this level.
Right.
You know, never grieved or never took a loss like this. So in the heat of it, you know, the first thing that I try to do with any problem or issue that I've gone through is develop some level of understanding for what it is. Like, what is it to grieve? How do we grieve? You know, and it's interesting. People grieve in different ways, but there are certain feelings that people that have grieved can connect with, or certain feelings that are similar in how we deal with things. Like when you got confusion, you have, you know, I was confused. You anxiousness, and you want answers.
Indeed.
You know, and then you think about the psychological things, not being able to, when your body doesn't function properly. When I mean, you know, not being able to sleep.
Yes.
Not being able to eat. You know, just going through a state of depression. So, you know, it's been a process for me. What I've gone through recently is just trying to rebuild myself. Getting back into the things that bring me peace. Such as being a creative person.
Right.
To be an advocate for black people. To be an advocate for the people that I love and that I respect. And most importantly is to lift my daughter's name up.
Yes, sir.
Just like you lift your brother's name up.
You
know, every time you get the opportunity, I see you post a picture, you know what I'm saying, you speak his name loud. And that within itself is legacy, you know. When you talk about the concept of legacy is living beyond life itself. Right. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm at.
And it's not funny, but about 2 weeks ago, I had the Baltimore Trauma Response Team on. And we talked about death and the cycle of acceptance and regret and feeling guilty. And I was telling them that with my brother, it's like an ongoing cycle. Like, I'll accept it. Then it's like I'm asking questions. Why?
Right.
Like, they say you shouldn't question God. I question them all the time. Like, man, how can you take a good loving person, but you got somebody else that's doing crazy? Like for Kobe Bryant, for instance. I was like, man, how did they take that man, Kobe Bryant, and left R. Kelly? Just, you know, it's crazy, but death is definitely a process to get over. And you know, I was watching you go through what you was going through, and my heart was definitely with you. Definitely. So, you know, in due time, we slowly get back to being ourselves. Just keep pushing, man. Like with me, I'm trying, but then sometimes I fall back.
Yeah.
But I get it, fall back. So it's tough.
And that's a part of the process. You're gonna go through your ups and downs. One thing that I'm learning is, you know, I mean, it's obvious that nobody lives forever.
Right.
But you also have to take into consideration that those that pass away, if they're close and dear to you.
Yep. Yes, sir. My bad, Dave. Hello?
No, it's cool. I hear y'all talking, man.
Oh, my bad, Dave.
No, but what I was saying is that, you know, especially when you have someone, if you lose a daughter or if you lose a brother, you are in a position to extend that individual's legacy.
Yes.
You know, so, you know, everything that I do now, you know, I praise my daughter for it. You know, I give her the praise. You know, and that'll be my journey for the rest of my life, to make sure that her name is never forgotten. You become that person's legacy, and you can extend it. Yeah. You know, so those are things that I keep in mind when I live in my day-to-day. When I create a piece of artwork, if I do anything, if I speak for the people, if I'm DJing, if I'm doing anything creative, you know, I keep her in mind, because, you know, the things that I do in my mind are elevating her, right, because I'm her father. Right. So, you know, that's just kind of how I've been able to somewhat cope with her loss. Yeah. It's taking it on my shoulders and saying, I'm gonna be great because I was her father.
That's great. And to piggyback off of you, my brother passed on a Friday, so I made King Porter Forever Friday, and he passed about 4 years ago. But every Friday since he's passed, you see a post, King Porter Forever Friday. I started doing this radio show in August. He passed in April. That Friday started King Porter Forever Friday. So I'm doing the same thing, keeping my brother's name alive, and his legacy. Got to keep it going. Yeah. And in the future, I plan on bringing his clothing line back. Yeah. And you know, just trying to keep things going forward, and hopefully I can have something for his kids. Yeah. You know, that's because that's what it's about, man. Leaving a legacy. And the topic, like we said today, are we leaving a legacy, or are we just living, right? Absolutely. We got a lot of people out in this world that just are living. Mr. Russell, we gotta get back. We gotta get you back up, man. What's up? Talk to us. I know your time limited.
I just wanted to comment a little bit on what y'all was saying, man. I totally agree, man. You know, my daughter Malia, right? Like, I look at her as she never asked for this, and I put her in a situation where I'm a father that's incarcerated, and I hate that for her because I didn't have my own father. And not only that, I didn't have men around to show me how to be a man, and I thought just because I left her around some good women that would be enough. So I try to make it my best to be the best father that I can be because of what I didn't have. You know, the brother that lost his, my heart goes out to you because this little girl is everything to me. I try to do these storybook projects for many years. I done made 2 children's books. One is actually out there, Malia's Daddy and the Magical Mashed Potatoes and Gravy, just so that she can have something, because she doesn't remember those times that I used to have her as a baby. Because I was incarcerated before she could really remember any of that. So it's definitely a thing that having to deal with loss and all of that stuff. I've dealt with losing so many people, so many years. And I look at it like this. They say energy cannot be created or destroyed, just transferred. So looking at God as the all, I'm just looking at how the energy is transferred. It doesn't, you know, our physicals may die, but whatever our impressions that we leave on the lives of the people that we touch, that's forever until they transfer. And it's just a whole lot of things in which we can do. And I mean, I feel like it's our responsibility to go ahead and make an imprint, you know. So, you know, with that, I wanted to get back with this Black History Month poem, because I mean, like, that's what all of these dead people that came before us, that lived in the struggle, came for us, man. Right. You know. Right. And, if you don't mind, I'll do that
Go, yes, yeah, please do, because we will do that and go to a commercial break. Go ahead.
All right. Okay, Black History Month. It started with Carter to recognize the exceptional and genius of those like Carter, to remember the martyrs like Medgar Mountain and the Reverend Doctor, for education and profit, to give a sense of pride and shed light on a history doctrine, a story where others prospered off the blood and backs, who didn't give credit, but made those shamed who came from that. Still, in spite of lack, altered the course, no matter if it was Frederick Douglass' discourse, a hand in Howard Ward's scheming course, red tails in the fight against a fourth force, we came out of bondage, partly. So we pay homage wholeheartedly for the fight for freedom on Harriet's chariot, to make the ugly look good like Madam CJ told us we could, to soldier on with truth, their clocks and talks, spark the brave young to march. Though it's still dark, we've come up from slavery to having billionaires, OWN networks, in the cold studios to tell our stories, to remind us of your net worth. Having hope and Ava and Michelle can help us break the chain from the 13th to a new Juneteenth, for our empowerment and improvement like Garvey, to take victory like Barry with the presidency, but only partly. Like I said, it started with Carter, and it will continue further until our history isn't just ours, but this country's, not taught for a month, but monthly, until we're treated.
Listen to this flashback of Skyline Radio Show.
So where we at? Where we talk about the effects and what's going on in these schools, and what people don't understand. Just real briefly, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what people say bullying is or is not. So bullying comes in many forms. It's a teasing, it's the cyberbullying, it's the texting, it's the phone call, it's the posting of pictures and people's personal information to pretty much cause them harm, to have them feel insecure. It's the sex assaults that people actually put out there. There are physical assaults, and there are mental assaults and emotional assaults. And what I like to remind individuals that any aggressive behavior towards anyone that is unwanted and unwarranted, and an individual asks you to stop.
Real quick.
Let's stop there. Stop.
And they should be respecting that.
Respecting that and respecting yourself, because when you're able to respect another person, you're able to respect yourself. And the way that you're able to show that respect is that you know that you have a gift, and you know you're uniquely made and that you matter, and then you also acknowledge that the next person beside you matters as well. You know? And we lose that sometimes. Bullying is a behavior that underestimates the lives and legacy of you. I'm sure when they was bullying me, and I'm sure when they was bullying you, they didn't understand who you're going to become later on. I didn't know.
Right, because I'm popping. I can't. All right, let me tell you, all those people who felt like they wanted to say whatever to me, look at me now.
Get off.
It's like, no, y'all don't understand, but I've been through some things, okay?
And you know what? I applaud you and I salute you, because a lot of times we do not take the time to say, I'm okay, and I'm okay with it. There's nothing wrong with me. And I'm amazing, and I'm blessed, and I'm strong, and I'm matter.
Oh, definitely.
Join us every Wednesday at 7 p.m. for Skyline Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
All right.
Whatever happened to the times when we cared for one another? We shared the same respect. What is happening? We're trading what's important for shiny things. I can't allow this blasphemy.
45. All right.
Why would you treat yourself like that? We didn't come this far just to fall right back.
What we got, 1 for 2?
Don't lose yourself, stay on track. Baby, you'll die. Baby, you'll die. Believe that. Full of the things that we've overcome. Full of unspoken battles we've won. You're so much better than that. Sometimes the truth ain't always catchy as
DC right here.
chasing cheese, you get stuck in a trap. Go get your coin and never render it back. No, it's blasphemy. Why would you treat while ignorance is their permission to. I know you like to turn up like that, with a drink to pull up like that. Well, baby, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Just make sure the God in you stays where it's at. You're the rising sun of a new day begun. Grind on till victory's won. I pray you do your thing till earth and heaven ring. Just don't forget where you come from.
You know, let me talk to him. Oh, you ain't know? You ain't heard it before? That spirit you take for granted is the God of your soul. It's a price that you owe. It can never be owned. So for this valued dollar, it can never be sold. We were kings and queens in the motherland. Problem is we shouldn't have spared the rod or the father's hand. Yo, where the fathers at? Kids raising kids. So basically they never really raised but more assisted. Thrown to the system for criminal definition instead of dreaming for better and taking care of your business. I promise. Big guys from the crib. Thing is, you can call a king a slave if he don't know who he is. Man, it's blasphemy.
Why would you treat yourself like that? Stop all that blasphemy. We didn't come this far just to fall right back. Baby, you're a god. You're a god. You're a god. You're a god. Baby, you're a god. You're a god. Baby, you're a god. God, God, God. Baby, you're a god, believe that.
This unknown to find who we really are. Crash into something new and take a break from our broken heart. Talk with the hip, tell me you lie. I think we should go for another round. Baby, try not to say too much. Let your love come down. If you wanna rule, it's some rules you gotta live by. Live by. Stay true to your cool, make a move, don't wait on nobody else. And if it feels like a melody, sing a song, be my radio. And if you follow me there, I'll follow you back. Let the night unfold. I can tell that she can't get enough. Show enough, she couldn't get the feels off from me. I know she couldn't get the feels off from me. Touching hands till we dance in the dark. Show enough, she couldn't get the feels off from me. We do whatever you like. Get the feels off from me. I know she couldn't get the feels off from me. Let's slide, you and me alone, to find who we really are. Crash into something new. I got that lay bringing up the car. Told me you kiss, told me you lie. I think we should go for another round. Baby, I wanna take you, but we gotta groove so we can lose the crowd. If you wanna rule, there's some rules you gotta live by. Live by. Stay true to your cool, make a move, don't wait on nobody else. And if it feels like a melody, sing a song, be my radio. And if you follow me there, I'll follow you back. Let the night unfold. I can tell that she can't get enough. Show enough, she couldn't get the feels off from me. I know she couldn't get the feels off from me. Touching hands till we dance in the dark. Show enough, she couldn't get the feels off from me. We do whatever you like.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back from break. Got David Charles to my left.
Yeah.
These next two gentlemen, I'm gonna give y'all a quick story. One late night, I made a stop at a gas station. So I'm sitting in my truck, and I see about 5 guys in a Shell gas station. But I see one just holding the phone, and he rapping with so much conviction. I said, hold up. I got to see who this brother is. So I proceed to go holler at him. Yeah, I had to go through a few guys. Excuse me, let me talk to the guy. But long story short, first I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourself, but we chopped it up, and he was just so grateful for the conversation that I said I got to bring him in here and let him introduce himself to the world. Introduce yourselves.
Man, how y'all doing, man? They know what's going on, man. MBG Money.
Yeah, MBG Staxx, man.
Shout out to my man, Be Exposed Radio, man. You know what's going on, man. Like, showing us some love, man. Appreciate y'all having us, man. Like, feel great to be here right now.
I'm glad you made it. But even before I get into the interview, do you know what you got on your wrist right there?
Man.
You know what that's from?
My son gave me this, man.
Who's your son?
My son's name is Daryl. My son's my junior, man.
Ask your son, do he know who Coach Miles is?
Oh,
that's all I'm going to say.
Oh,
all right?
Man.
I work at that school.
That's my son, man. He gave me this when I was in the hospital, man. I got shot, man.
See how that's energy. So we connected. We connected in more ways than one.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's big love,
that's
big
alignment right there.
You know what I'm saying?
That's pedigree. I saw that Commodore.
Yeah,
I said I'm gonna wait until I holler at him.
Maybe it's something small all the time. You hear me?
Oh,
I mean a lot though, man.
Let the world know what got y'all into rap.
I mean, you want to go?
Yeah, you know how to take that. Like, rapping is something I always like. You know, I guess you know I've been rapping since I was 9 years old. You know, but as far as rapping, you know, put the quotes around it, like actually taking it seriously, that only came about 3 years ago. You know, really start believing in myself. You know, not other people telling me. Because even with them telling me, I still didn't believe, but I started believing in myself. You know. But just playing around with it, always loving music since I was 9 years old, man, very young.
Okay.
And like you know, he was early. You know, he older than me. So like me, like I love rapping, but like I ain't never think I was gonna be a rap. I'm like, man, that's not me.
Yeah.
But my homeboys and them saw something in me I ain't see. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, 2017 when we really started, like, man, we gonna drop. Like I made my first song ever, 2017. Like one take. Straight go.
Yeah.
And it was a banger, man. You feel what I'm saying? It was crazy. And like, yo called me like the next day. I didn't even know he heard the song. I'm sleeping in the bed. He keep blowing me up, but I'm asleep. I answered the phone. He like, yeah, boy, you rocking this, bro. Like, I'm like, what you talking about, bro? He like, man, this song, bro. Like, what you mean, bro? Like, yo, this is you, bro. You sound good. I'm like, dang, bro.
Yeah.
That's my best friend. I'm like, dang, he giving me this much energy back. I know what he like in music. So I'm like, yeah, he feel me. I'm like, yeah, man. Like, and then went from there for real. Like, he been doing it. When I met him, he was doing it for real. I wasn't rapping. He was already doing it. I wasn't doing it for real. Like, love, though, man. Like,
who your favorite MC?
Oh man, I don't think I really got a favorite one, but I know who I listen to. Like,
know who you want to say.
I listen to The Baby, Moneybag, Jay-Z, Youngboy, Gotti, Boosie, Gucci. Like the whole 2000 come up, late 90s, going into the change of music joint, like all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, like. I love them all, yo. The females, I love the MCs. I just love the rap.
Yeah.
And I love like the foundation of what it really is, like that them bars, them punchlines, I like that. But the storytelling, like, that's what started it, cause that was the expression part.
Straight up. That's a perfect segue, bro. Like that expression, what it allow you to do, as far as just transcending your energy into other people and really letting them know what you've been through. It's nothing else that really compares to that, besides other forms of expression, such as comedy and art, such as, you know, painting and stuff like that. You know, that kind of expression is you can't find it nowhere else, and that kind of freedom and autonomy you're able to move with while doing it is next to none.
Yeah.
You know, so and coming from where we come from, being able to express ourselves how we able to, you know, we're really able to kind of like let the world live vicariously through us and like really get a image of what's really going on.
Right.
That's the goal, man.
That's what's up. Do y'all write or is everything off the top?
I mean, both. I mean, like, honestly, when I make a song, I write a song. Honestly, like, I write all my own songs. We all write all our own songs. Like, but like, we can definitely go in there and just go straight out the brain. Like, we can do that as well, but I mean,
all right, so I'm gonna tell you what's really going on. Right. This man go in there, yo, and he'll think about some shit, and he gonna say it. And he's making it while he, and me, I wanna write mine. Take my time.
Yeah, he's basically saying like I be put on the spot a lot. Like we go to the studio, and bro and them probably like, yo, I want you on this. So I'm like, dang, I gotta make it right in this moment. Like we already got set time for this. I never knew this was planned. You just want me on, so now I gotta put a cut one together, like a quick little 16, something like that. Depending on the time I got, I'm gonna put them together real fast.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
how, you know,
it's
everybody
the funnest
just
thing ever, yo.
Just
like,
you know, they own. You know,
he got his own style.
Guess they own. Yeah, exactly.
This guy got his own style, yo. Like I believe in your craft. I know he can. I know he can do it.
Likewise, bro. Yeah.
I know his sound is phenomenal. Yo, we so different.
So we gonna get some bars before it's all said and done, right? Y'all ain't got no problem with that.
Oh man, I ain't prepared.
Oh, you got to be. You never know. Watch. You never know. I ain't saying right this second, but before we leave, can we get some bars?
I mean, it's only fair because.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's only fair because we here.
It's only fair. I mean, not right now. Let me calm me. Let me back it back.
Let me
back it back.
Good, baby.
Let me ask you this, both of y'all. Dream track. Y'all got 2 MCs to pick and a producer. I need that from both of y'all. 2 MCs that can assist you on the track and a producer. Who would it be?
You wanna go first, bro?
I'm gonna let you go first, bro. I'm gonna let you go first.
That's gonna sound kind of crazy because how it's gonna come. It's like how these people mix, but like that's the weird part they talking about. I'm like, yo, Money Man.
Oh.
And then
melody, there, a little melody.
Go ahead, give me Gotti. And then
okay. Who gonna produce the joint? Money Man and Gotti. So we got a little melody with the streets. What the beat gonna look like though? What's the beat gonna sound like?
That's what I'm sitting here thinking. That's what I'm sitting here thinking about. Like,
okay,
that's hard. Like I like a lot. Like I really don't know. No. That one. I don't know. That's a little hard to pick for me.
Okay.
I mean,
because I like so many. Yeah.
But your two artists would be Gotti and Money.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, like I like Money Man. My God, I like their music, but like, I mean, I want to do a song with Jay-Z.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
I do a song with Hov. God, but Beg on a song. I like Money.
You put them together? That might be. That's a different sound, but that might work.
Yeah, I mean, they all fall in line. The pedigree as far as CMG been up under Rock Nation and all that, so the pedigree is already in line. So
yeah,
I mean, they in the pedigree. I don't see why it wouldn't work. And like, I mean, I'll probably Scott Storch on it.
Ooh, okay.
I know he gonna scorch.
He edgy. He can give you anything.
And he trying to make a statement anyway. Scott Storch always trying to make a statement. Like, I just like how he just gonna be in your face, like, man. But that combination that's on the beat, I like that.
Yeah, you know, see that reaction you got? Cause I keeps it real.
Like,
you know, where I'm ignorant or gray, whatever you want to call it. Like, bro, who is Scott Storch, bro? And I know I might sound crazy, you know, cause I rap and I'm so good, you know, but it's levels. Mm-hmm. So even when he asking me to produce, even when he talking about the beat, you know, yeah, I love music and all, but it's a understanding of what it is too, which is probably why you go in there and you can do, cause it's certain things you taking time. But who is Scott Storch? Cause I seen your reaction.
Oh, I'm gonna let you do that. He's a world-renowned producer. He slowed down a lot. He produced a lot for Fat Joe. He got a lot of hits, but
very well.
He
So why do you know?
Went through a little. Went through something.
I mean, bro, I really like to research music. Like,
straight up.
Like it's really what fueled the generations before me. You feel what I'm saying? Like the music that was being played around the times y'all was coming up, kind of dictated how y'all moved. Yeah. What y'all looked like. Yeah. So when you got something that's powerful, that like control the culture, it's like, wow, like this, and then they took it out of schools. Yeah. So how powerful is it? Out of everything you could have took out of school, you took the music out, it's that sound. That's what hit that emotion, that spiritual level. So when it comes to that spiritual level, then we got a whole different ball game. And that's what I like to keep it at. Like that's the best way to keep it at, man. Like spiritual.
You don't mind me chiming in.
it's hip hop is the most powerful form of expression on the planet, bar none. So I just want to, and I've never heard the subject matter what you guys do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm sure it's amazing. But I think as young artists, you definitely have to take into consideration that the power that you have in your words, in your tongue.
Right.
Because it's important. It's culture. It's history.
Right.
And it's one of the things that we were able to establish when you think about segregation and you think about in the 60s going into the 70s, when we were trying to thrive in a society that didn't value us as black people. One of the main things that we were able to establish on our own was the music and the culture. And just like you said, at one point in time, the music was used to empower black people. So, when you had Chuck D, Fight the Power, you had NWA, Fuck the
Look at the message that he's saying.
Right. So when you think about it from that standpoint, it was used to organize black people. When you think about how Africans communicated, in war, they use different drum tones. And these are things that I've researched. But make a long story short, in this day and age, the culture is still alive and well, but the subject matter in most of the music that I've listened to. The interesting thing is, I don't know if you saw my post, right? I'm a DJ, so I have an entertainment company.
That's what's up, bro.
So I DJ, right? So I've been around 40 years. And the interesting thing about it is I do a lot of research on the growth and development of black people. And one thing that I'm learning is that the genocide and the demise of black people is somewhat in the fabric of the culture, of the music, because of the subject matter. I don't agree with it, but I find myself contradicting myself and my own beliefs when I DJ.
That's deep, bro.
So the thing about it is,
that observation.
Right. So I'm a people's person, and as a DJ, just as an MC, when you get in front of a crowd, you have control.
There you go.
Because you dictate the vibration and the movement of your crowd.
That's emotional intelligence.
Exactly.
And listen,
right.
And yo, that emotional intelligence, like, man, that is one of the most important things to ever have control of in your life. Because, like, we make decisions off of emotion. You see what I'm saying? So if you can control your emotion, like if you can be emotionally aware, like, can you tell yourself, like, all right, this person got me right now. I'm embarrassed. I'm scared. Like, if you can tell yourself that in that moment, like, you powerful, guy. Like, whoever you are, woman or man, like, you're powerful. You can tell yourself when you need to back down, and without the pride in front of it.
It's feeling a shift in the frequency.
That's more logic. Because your emotions are tied to instinct. Instinct is something that you do based on the moment or in the moment.
The actuality.
Logic is being able to slow a situation down and think and process the situation and make a decision. So,
in the moment of actually when it's happening too, though. That's that actuality.
Right,
there,
absolutely. But that comes with poise and experience.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's younger may respond differently than somebody that's older.
Yeah.
But the point that I was trying to make in reference to, contradicting, there are a lot of things that are in the music. And the interesting thing about black people, we are so amazing and we are so creative that we can speak about anything and we can market it, we can sell it. We can talk about anything. But a lot of the music and a lot of the stuff that's been put out is degrading to us as a culture. So I want to get your take on that. I've never heard your music, but just asking, how do you feel about the state and the content of hip hop? Because I think based on my observation, I realize that it's gone more in the direction of imagery and style and substance than the actual skills, if that makes sense.
Make a whole lot.
That's why I love that. You know why I love that? That's why I said what I said. When I said I love the foundation of hip hop, like the bars, the punchlines, the metaphors, the subject matter.
Right,
like
I heard that.
The theme, the core message that you're trying to get out.
Yeah.
Is that message negative? Because it all goes back to your intention as a person.
There you go.
Because as an artist, as a DJ, as anyone that's a celebrity, you have a leader role naturally. I don't care if you don't know you got or anything. You have fans. You have people that follow you.
People want to naturally idolize you and want to follow the trend because now you
have a responsibility.
Absolutely.
So now you have to conduct yourself correct. That's why I hear rappers saying cap in your rap, line and all that.
Is it like? And I'm not trying to be combative, but it's like Is it conducting yourself correct or being yourself and going back
And
to
listen, and
self-awareness?
and there you
That's
go.
what a lot of people
Like,
don't do.
when you can be yourself.
That is when you are at your truest self.
Yeah, because it's like as far as like the music now is like you said, it's more of, to me, it looks like it's a bunch of angry people, especially the young generation. It's a bunch of angry guys that's basically we all doing the same in a way. Like we using this music, our talent to express ourselves. But some people it's fake, it's not true. You feel what I'm saying? Like when Biggie and them was coming out, it was a different time than when who I wanna say, like Rev Run and them. Like they made music for us.
For the people.
Cookout music. You could literally cut this song on a cookout and you knew that everybody in every chair was gonna get up and come together. And that is the thing. The action that is taken when the music come on. If your music make people take action to come together and conform together, you're powerful, man.
True.
You're powerful, man. But you know what? They don't use it no more. Now they use their roles to influence people to do things that they are not doing.
Yeah.
They not doing it. So it's like, it's so wrong, man. You just really misguiding kids. Like little kids know your song.
Right.
They saying it, and when you speak something, it's a spirit.
Right.
What you speak is a spirit. Like you can't do that. You can't put that bad spirit out there like that, man.
Yeah, but the interesting thing about it is hip hop has had the same themes for over 30 years.
Pretty much.
The same things, the same concepts.
See I'm sorry.
No, if you want to chime in.
No, I guess that's what you mean about
you know where I'm going with it, right?
I guess kind of, because I'm feeling, I've been listening. It's like, I feel like that's what he's talking about with the intention. You know, and with your sustainable motivators behind whatever it is you may be doing in order to create a living for yourself, or whatever you may be doing to do whatever, better yourself as a person. It's the reasons why you're doing it. If I'm doing this because I seen young boy doing this and yeah, I know I'm ready to get this check for this and I'm gonna hold this in my pocket and make it look, I'm going Instagram, and that's not what that look like. So when you rapping it and you trying to give it all the education you think you giving out, how you supposed to be giving, it's not coming out like that. Therefore, the people are being misguided. And seeing as though, as we've already said, the masses look up to the musicians, the professional basketball players, and these people, especially amongst our community, as we excel in those areas.
Right.
And many other areas, but that is somewhere where we excel. So with that being the case, when you have the onlookers thinking that, no, this is what it really is, and they go out and try to, I guess, you always see, don't try this at home, but they all go out and try to do it, it don't pan out that way. Right. But as a result of the mess up of the pedigree, meaning like there's no more big mamas. You got those daughters going out with their mothers. Kids feel comfortable cussing around their parents. Till my mother passed, I didn't feel comfortable cussing around her, and I was grown. And that's respect, and kids don't have that. So there's no honor, there's no understanding of what it is to be loyal, or to actually stand and be responsible, be accountable for something, because you never had to be. Because you and your peoples are friends. You're not afraid of anything.
There you go.
But I digress, man. I just, I kind of felt like I felt where you was going with that, or if I didn't, like, yeah, man. It's this music and how I feel about it, and I guess the progression we having inside of it, like it's, I guess the alignment that I feel, spiritual alignment, physical alignment, in my reality, and as far as mental, it just seemed like it's all right. It seemed like it's the right thing to do. I see us touching a lot of people, and the positivity we moving with, and the intention that we have, what we want to do, is going to show.
Right. So it is going to change the game, man.
Are you looking to target a certain group?
I'm looking to target everyone.
Everybody.
I don't even want to target a specific group, because now I'm being biased, because I'm only targeting this group because I have a personal liking to them for a specific reason. And that's not fair, because we're not equal until every single person in the world is equal. Like if it's 7 billion people in the world, and one person out of all them 7 billion is not getting treated fair like the rest, we're not equal.
How would you describe your music?
Man, my music is so uplifting, man. Like I'm gonna tell everything. I'm gonna tell about hot dogs and beans. I'm gonna tell about when you eating mayonnaise sandwiches. I'm gonna tell about what you're going through when you're going to high school, what's going on the streets. man, I'm touching everything and I'm not sounding the same at all.
Right.
Like on any track, I'm gonna sound different every single time. Like, I don't have a flow. I go with the beat dictate me.
Okay.
Like, that's just what it is for real. Like, when I'm writing the beat though, when I'm writing on the beat, like, when I got the earphones in, I got a notepad, and I'm like, dang, like, me, like, I'm gonna take one instrument out the beat and ride on that.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the instrument. I'm gonna listen for a specific instrument and see how its pattern is, and that's what I'm catching. At the end of the day, I'm gonna get right in alignment with everything. It's gonna come together, man.
It's like what I told you. My father man told him, you know, artists, you know, it was talking to my dad. He was like, yo, I like to just try to make my mouth an instrument with the music.
Yeah, man.
And that's one thing I internalized. I never forgot that. You know, even hearing him talk, I remember talks we had, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's so important, you know, because a lot of people, you know, you got this flow, you got this box you put yourself into, you know, and say, this is how I want to flow, when you just gotta be yourself, you know, to shed light on my original point about self-awareness.
Hey y'all, don't go nowhere. Please like and share the show. We gotta go to a break. This is It Is What It Is Radio.
Man.
White keys only have this bitch jumping.
Okay. If I sit around, hold up. Look. If I sit around, hold up. Yeah. Rebel Rock. Let's do it.
If I sit around, I'ma smoke some more. Wasn't even thinking about smoke before, but I'm in my head and I'm in the bed. Don't know who I am, like I'm wearing a mask. Work them old, tell them where the cash. If you wear the cash, tell them where the cash. If you playing for you, gon' run it back. Don't make promises, but I promise that. Don't promise me, cause I ain't into that. Fell in love with that and got hurt from that. Now it's all over and the curtains back. Can't see you not noticing that. I'm letting it go, it ain't holding me back. Yeah, I'm on dice, but ain't come for the crack. Drinking with uncle, we only do jack. How I'm alive, I thank God for that. Praying about it, things getting better. Open it up with my name on the letter. Why you crazy about it? Saying whatever, you shy to be you. You know you gotta be you. Sometimes I need privacy too. Yeah, you know I ride. You know I ride, and you know you ride for me too. Yeah, you know I. Look, you like getting that hit for real. When it's me and Murray, just us, we chill. I'm in a rush to get off to get you. Never ever had the floss to get you. Pay the dues that it cost to kiss you. Rug burns on the carpet with you.
Oh yeah. Come on, dog, throw this in there. Had to dedicate this to the homie out of New Orleans. Break. Said she wanna bump that. You wanna do it? Go ahead, do it. I said
Long live Pop. Y'all can go ahead and cry now. I'ma show these niggas what to do with one of your beats, man. I am Gas, by the way. Strong woman story should've been on CNN. Nobody knows what it's like being Gwen. Windows closed in the house, it ain't no CNN. Can't gain weight for years, she been being thin. Single mother, no help from the system. When they was giving out food stamps, she missed them. Birth certificate, baby daddy, she couldn't list them. But her son was so beautiful when she kissed him. Blame it on love, but niggas she could've died with. Destroy the whole world.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Thank you all for staying tuned with us. If you're just tuning in, please like and share the show. Now, off the air, we were talking a little bit. You said you and your brother had a life-changing situation. Let the people know what happened.
Man, last summer, man, my little brother got shot, man. The most crazy thing I ever been through.
Take us back. What happened?
It's just one of them nights where we get a call and it's a close family member, and when that call happened, it's just that call, you feel what I'm saying? And man, when you gotta face moments like that, man, you just gotta know that he got us in this moment and we gonna do what we gonna do because our mind made up, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, it's no backing down. And this is who we've been since day one, like with no pride issue. Like we don't care about how nobody say, we don't care about what happened. We just care about how we responded to what was given to us in life. That's all we cared about. Was that, yo, we just went through this show and look how strong we came out. Like I look great for someone that been shot. You feel what I'm saying? I got shot twice. I lost a kidney and a lung. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I still spit that fire. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, man, like, I really do this, man. Like, this what I really want to do. Like, it's my man's, man. Like, when I was really fresh out of surgery, yo was in my house every single day, bro. Like, yo, I know for sure yo got my back. Like he got my back, and it's like, man, this ain't over. I'm still living with it every day. This just was like a couple months ago, 8 months ago. This wasn't something that's over. This, like I said, like I'm still healing from it at the moment. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm here with y'all, man. Like, man.
You know?
It's good, man.
I like both of y'all spirit, man. Y'all definitely got
Appreciate that, big brother, man.
Appreciate it. Likewise.
Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, definitely likewise.
Definitely. You said that you still spit it, right?
I mean, I got a little something. I can probably
Give me
put
something.
it.
Let me hear something.
I say like, some niggas made for gold, most niggas made to fold. Real niggas chase their goals, fake niggas hate the most. I embrace the hope. See me, I never let go. I've been through the pain in the field and been through the pain with the pills. My stomach aching for real. They catching cases with pills. A daily basis with niggas facing is fighting with Satan. Cause they knife you like Jason. The snakes, they patiently waiting for you to fall to the basement. You just cry like a baby. Stand tall when you make it. Gotta thank God and just praise him because he answered your prayers in the fucked up situations. A lot of niggas be hating. I brush them off like I'm painting. These young bitches ain't thinking. They just smoking and drinking. These bald head bitches be geeking. They hang time short like the weekend. Like, it's like that with me, bro.
Okay.
And that's just a little something.
That's a little something.
That's just a little something, man. Like, it's like that with me. I'ma come at you. You gonna feel me, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I ain't gonna lie, man. I'ma give you like, I got you, bro. Like, I promise you, bro. Like, bro, the opportunity, bro, was a one in a lifetime chance when I was in that gas station.
Yeah.
Right. You ain't even had to take no liking in me at all.
Right.
He did that. That's how I know it was genuine.
That's what I'm supposed to do, man. We supposed to help each other. And if I got a platform and you got a talent,
yeah,
that's what I'm supposed to do. Y'all supposed to be here. I ain't know neither one of y'all from a can of paint.
At all, man.
I saw what you was doing. We chopped it up. You told me the situation. I said, I gotta give you a shot.
Man, you see what you did, man. You believed in me, man. You don't even know me, man. That's love, man. It's indirect love, man.
Genuine
it's
love.
genuine indirect love because you don't even know me.
Right. Don't have no
That's
ulterior
how I
motive.
know.
That's what make it.
That's him.
That's what make it.
It's you, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, when you meet somebody like that, yo, he part of that pedigree, man.
Appreciate love.
That pedigree, man. We gotta stand on that, man. That love right there. That I love all.
Yeah, we got
that's what it's about.
Keep them close.
Me being, I don't know, they call me an OG. Y'all probably wouldn't know how old I am, but coming up, man, I always just try to help people, no matter what they're doing. And I didn't have to know you. You know, that's just how I am. I'm a people's person. So, and I want both of y'all just to make it. You know what I'm saying? Because these streets out here tough. Y'all doing something positive. So y'all got my support. You know?
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, big bro. You know, that mean a lot, man. Like, it's not really like a lot of older dudes reaching out. Because it's a lot of younger dudes that didn't really mess that up already.
You see, that's another, we need to bring that back. See, when we came up, we had the people that said, no, don't do that.
Right.
Then as time went on, we just let the young ones do what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
We gotta bring that back.
We can do it. You know what? We gotta believe in each other and have patience. See, one thing we can't do, we can't interfere in the process that he got for him. We don't know what God got for this person. And whatever God you believe in. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we can do our best to aid them, suggest them, uplift them and everything, but he has a process that he's taking them through as well that we don't know about. And at the end of the day, that person as an individual got to be able to accept these challenges, man. It's just testimonies, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just testimonies, brother, and you gotta be happy when you express yours. You gotta tell them, like, man, I've been through this and I did this. I came out like this.
And you see why self-awareness is so important? You can't do that if that's not you.
There you go.
Exactly. Yeah. And one thing I'm gonna say, right, as artists, empower yourselves. And what I mean by that, right, is everything that you need to be creatively productive, invest in it. So I don't know if you're recording at a studio, whatever the case may be, and I ain't hating on nobody's hustle.
Right.
But do the research, see what microphones they're using.
Right.
See what you got to do to get the programs to make beats, whatever it is. So me personally, I'm a business owner, and I've gone out and I've invested in everything that I needed to run my business. Bro, that's what's up, right? So if I DJ, I own all my DJ equipment. I do video production, own all my own cameras. I used to go out to a company and get T-shirts done with my artwork on it. I went out there and bought a heat press. So the point that I'm trying to make to you is empower yourself by eliminating the middleman.
There you go.
So you keep money in-house at all times, and you can invest that money on something else. Right. If you got a studio in your basement, if you got everything you need, a soundproof booth where you do your thing at in your basement, so what? It's yours. I don't care if it's falling apart. Man. But at the end of the day, it's yours. So you ain't got to do nothing on nobody else's time. You can wake up in the middle of the morning and record a song.
There you go. And that's the goal right there.
That seems like that's the jump. Man. There you go. That's the jump from being self-employed. Because a lot of people, and no, not because I'm not self-employed. Well, actually I am. But, you know, a lot of people think being self-employed is ownership, you know, or being an investor. And it's not. Because you still got to wake up and go to work every day, which means your money, if you're gone, will not still go. When you're an owner, your money makes... Your money works for you even when you're gone. And that's the importance, and that's wealth, and that's the jump from being rich to being wealthy. Wealth is eternal. Rich is sustainable. You know, when you want to leave a legacy, something that's eternal, you know, when you're gone, you have to build wealth, especially if you have the health. Yeah. And, you know, I ain't trying to talk in riddles, you know, I'm just trying to give them a good bit, you know, and still be short with it. As I can really go on with the semantics, but we ain't even, you know.
One thing we're talking about is about living a legacy. Or are you living a legacy, or you just living? So.
Right now, it's like everything we do is legendary.
It's important.
It's not one thing you're not doing is not legendary. Us talking to y'all right now is legendary. Me meeting you in that gas station is legendary. Any conversation we had after that is legendary. We're doing this, man.
Just to, like, you know, it's finished at all. That's not braggadocious at all. That's how we feel. That's our expression to the world. Yeah. So the only way anybody gonna believe anything you do is if you believe it yourself. And that's what we standing on.
Before we get out of here, let the people know how to find y'all on social media.
Man, of course, man, you can go on Instagram, MBG_moneygirl with 2 R's, man. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl, man.
Right. MBG_Staxx, man, 2 X's at the end. You know what's going on.
What the MBG stand for, man?
Natural Born Grinders, my brother.
Okay.
It's right here, man.
Born Grinders.
Natural Born Grinders, man.
It's holistic. Who are natural born grinders?
And guess what? Every human being in this world is a natural born grinder, because we all gotta get past them humps in life, man. We grinding. That's what we do, baby.
I'm loving the energy, man.
I appreciate that, man.
Y'all definitely got a bright future.
Thanks,
appreciate y'all for coming.
Man, thanks for having us,
we
man.
like neighbors, so
you know what's going on.
I run to him at the gas station. Ask for you. You know what I mean?
That's love, baby.
Man. So y'all make sure y'all check these fellas out. They got some great music coming. We will be right back. This is It Is What It Is Radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good, man.
You're like an internal bleeder. Can't see your pain, but it can silently kill ya. So deeply wounded, but don't say a thing. Too afraid of what the people may say or think. So you just sit
sit there and you suffer in silence. Your pride won't let you just uncover your secret. Don't wanna look weak in your image, it ain't worth losing. So you just act as if it's nothing happening. God sees you, and God hears you. Yes, God loves you. You're like an internal bleeder. Can't see your pain, but it can silently kill ya. Suicidal, depressed, but you won't say a thing. Too afraid of what the people may say or think. You feel alone even though the people surround you. Popping pills every night even though you know they can't solve it. The emotional pain, it just seems way too heavy. Your mind is racing, wanna scream, somebody help me. Ooh, God sees you, and God hears you. Yes, God loves you. These type of people sit right under our noses. We don't find out till we're on IG scrolling. We post a few memes, but then it keeps on happening. Something's gotta change, we gotta start talking and telling the truth without the fear of judgment. Gotta come together and really start loving and heal these people cause they slowly dying. Help them believe that their life is worth living. Ooh, God sees you, and God hears you. Yes, God loves you. I pray there's an end to this suicide demon. We losing people too soon, they cutting and bleeding. They think no one cares, so I wrote this song to tell you, my God, he cares and he can heal you. He sees you when you're crying yourself to sleep, wondering if anybody hears me. You tell yourself you can't go on no more, but your life is worth fighting for. Don't leave this world too soon. There's so many people who really love you. Jesus is calling for you. He knows and he can heal you. I know you're hurting deep down inside, but my God, he came to give you life. You think no one cares, so you just sit there. I'm talking to you, get up from there. You gotta believe there's something better. So much better. God put purpose deep inside of you. The whole world is waiting for you. You.
This is a Poverty ENT exclusive. Next stop, Texaco. Strapped up, you already know. Fuck niggas hate, that's how it goes. Bros with me, yeah, it's time to go.
Nigga, chose by another nigga, bitch, damn. This chopper got 50 round clip. So this Molly and the syrup got me geeking, shorty. Ain't know I popped them Xannies, had them sleeping on me. Love in a hood full of hate. Pray to God that he open up them gates. Rest in peace to Freddie Gray and Lil Scooter. Putting on for our city, watch his door.
Next stop, Texaco. Strapped up, you already know. Fuck niggas hate, that's how it goes. Bros with me, yeah, it's time to go. hold 50 rounds, I'm a fool with it. Got ratchet niggas that's cool with it. You got a cold heart till that ooh hit it. Stop fucking with me, got my mind set. See my mind state is at a high rate. Next stop, Texaco. Strapped up, you already know. Fuck niggas hate, that's how it goes. Bros with me, yeah, it's time to go.
Is what it is radio show.
Go ahead.
All right, listen. All right, say situation. Cause I keep telling y'all, it's different situations in the child support thing. You can't just pinpoint one thing. You can't just say, "Oh, here did be. That's why you're on child support. Oh, he this. That's why you're on child support. Oh, she this. That's why she on child support." No. Sometimes it could just go off of. Oh, I just called him and asked him, can he pay for the pictures? He ain't want to pay for the pictures. I'm taking his ass downtown. Yup.
Well, you got to know. Know who you dating.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Shouts out to Tanika. I see you showing a lot of love. Shouts out to you, baby. Hope you're feeling better. We just had a great interview. Shouts out to the guys that just left us, man. Two positive brothers is just chasing a dream. And
Absolutely.
I kind of felt that it was my duty to have them on because, you know, there's nothing wrong with giving our younger brothers a shot. So, shouts out to them. So I got Mr. DC in the building.
Yeah. Back up in here.
And we were talking about, what were we saying, were we living or just existing or were we creating a legacy? We done been everywhere.
Yeah, we done been everywhere. I mean, it was just really, you know, some people live.
Yes.
You know, and some people live legacies and create legacies. Right. It's two different things. Yeah. So you think about the concept of legacies. A legacy is tied to the amount of people that you affect.
Right.
Your time here.
Yeah.
I think people that just live are self-centered. I wouldn't say self-centered, but they're, you know, their life is based around their own personal needs, desires, and wants. You know, I think that a legacy is something that lasts forever. That is the closest thing that you can experience to immortality due to the fact that no person lives forever.
Right.
Yeah. So the fact that a person can live through someone else's memories, and when you create a certain vibe and you create a certain way about how you move, you know, it affects people. And I think that that's what's important to me personally. Of course, you know me being an artist, and I've been an artist. And I mean, anybody that knows me personally, they know that I've been an artist since I was a child. Since I was, you know.
Dave used to, I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
Dave used to walk around with this notebook.
Yeah.
One of my favorite pieces, though, is the guy you got hung up like Jesus.
Yeah, that's
one. Oh man, there's a couple. That one, you got the one when you shoot and the brains going out the head.
Yeah.
You got some pieces, man. You got some pieces, definitely.
Yeah.
I remember them days. Used to walk around with them. You had the basketball cards. I think all
football, basketball cards. Yeah, and I, you know, that's when we was kids. Right. We were kids back then, and that was when I was kind of finding my niche and I was creating. So, you know, a little interesting story. Like you said, I used to carry my artwork around everywhere I went. So I remember I went I caught the train from Rogers Station to Orange Mills, went to the mall. Was in the mall pretty much most of the day shopping or whatever. Came home, I was on my way home, realized that I had my portfolio, and for some, you know, when I was a kid, I took it everywhere. On the way home, get to looking around, didn't have my portfolio. So mind you, this was my whole life work at that point. So I'm probably like, I would say I was probably 16, 17 years old around that time.
Okay.
artwork was gone. I ended up hopping back on the train, jumping off one train, hopping on the other one, going back to Orange Mills.
Yeah.
Literally ran, because back then used to be, you could either wait and catch the bus, or you could go the back way and run and walk through that little area, whatever. But anyway, yeah. So I ended up going back to the mall. I went in every store. Every store that I had went in, tried backtrack. I went to the security, you name it.
Right.
It was gone.
Gone.
Yeah. So all of my artwork that I had drawn from, I think the age of, I would say about 9 or 10, till I was 17, was gone. So
how did you feel?
I was crushed.
I know you.
Mentally, I was crushed, and I was like, I felt like I'm done. I'm like, I had a, that's the end of that stage in my life. I'm done with the art, because it hurt. But what I will say is that's where having positive reinforcement comes into play. I had my dad.
Yes, sir.
And then even a couple of my school teachers. You may have lost your art, but you didn't lose your gift.
Exactly.
So in saying that, just like I had actually started from day one when I was a kid, and it was just one piece at a time. I started to kind of chip away, do one piece, the next piece, and eventually I was able to build my portfolio back up. Which I thought was it was a journey. But it's interesting because my good older brother Larry Poncho Brown. And when I think about my little situation, my situation was a little. Larry Poncho Brown had a studio on Haywood Avenue, and lost over $1 million. Caught on fire.
I remember.
Yeah. So and I was fortunate enough to actually have Larry Poncho Brown on my platform. And he actually talked about that stage of his life and how he was depressed and how it took him down, and he kind of had to get himself together. But I guess I say all that to say, man, we go through it. You go through situations that you somewhat have to bounce back from. You may lose your work, or somehow somebody may steal it. You never know. But as long as the artwork is deeply embedded in who you are as an individual, you can always create.
True. I was about to say that back then you were so young, you wasn't thinking like, damn, I created this, I can do it again.
Right.
But I know you was crushed, man. I know you were. Let me ask you, now I don't think I've asked you, what got you into DJing? Well, I always knew the artist.
All right, okay, cool. That's a cool question. So, mind you, Nicholas and Theron. Remember Nicholas and Theron?
Shouts out to Nick and Theron. When we played football, we'd rather have Nick instead of Theron, just keep it real. Shouts out to him, though.
Okay, yep. Nick was something else.
Yeah. Shouts out to them.
But Nick and Theron had turntables. So I used to, they had a little, I don't think they was 12s, but they was some solid little turntables. And they used to let me come over there and mix.
Okay.
Mind you, Will Rock, it was a DJ by the name of Will Rock that lived across Garrison. He was super dope. Okay. Like he was the man on the turntable. So once I was introduced to Will, I would actually walk over, because you had to walk through Belvedere, Garrison, all that to get to Will.
Yeah.
So I used to take that trip because I really enjoyed doing it. And then, mind you, as I got a little older, I met DJ Nitro.
Okay.
But this was when we was younger though. We still was kids, but Nitro lived up near St. Ambrose, not far from that area. But I used to go down to his spot, so I knew so many different DJs in the Park Heights area, and I used to always go here, go there, whatever the case may be. But I found out that I really enjoyed it, but I never was really good at it. So one day I said I'm gonna invest in it. I'm gonna invest in it because when I started to do art shows, I realized that I was paying money for a DJ, for a photographer, for a videographer. So, again, what I was telling the youngsters, just now,
already know where you going.
I'm like, look, I need to go ahead and make these investments and cut the middleman out.
Cut them out.
Yeah, so I went out and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and figure out. I called DJ Booby up.
Shouts out to DJ Booby.
Yeah, Boob. Shout out to and Booby's in town today, so
yeah.
I gotta find where he at so I can crash the party, whatever. Okay. But Yeah, I called Booby up, and Booby actually went to Guitar Center with me on Joppa Road, and he was like, yeah, we ain't, you know, they don't do 1200s. You don't gotta do no 1200s no more. He was like, this is what they doing is the DJ controllers. Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm like, all right, so, you know what I mean, I was trying to get 1200s, but 1200s was ridiculous. But make a long story short, I ended up getting a DJ controller. Cost me a little couple dollars, and then eventually speakers and microphones. And me being an extremist, I wanted to buy everything that I needed to make sure that I could do what I needed to do with it. And you know, eventually, you know, the next thing was getting music. I got music and just practicing and working and just having fun with it because, you know, I'm a creative person, you know, and most artists, if you really tap in, if you got one creative skill, it's easy for you to kind of branch out and do something else creative.
Sure.
So that was kind of me. I got into, like, again, the photography, and the photography led me into video production, and then you talk about the DJing thing. That was something that I started out as a hobby, but I'm kind of, you know, I would say I'm a bit fearless. So I wasn't really that good, and my aunt was like, you know, we was having something on Memorial's Day. I said, don't even worry about the music. I'm bringing the music.
You got it.
Yeah, so I went on ahead and bought my little speakers, and I DJ'd for my family.
That's what's up.
And they had a good time, and I saw the response and the reaction that I got from them, and from there I was like, you know what, I'm gonna continue to do this, and then it began to grow and grow, and the more I kept putting myself out there. So, you know, and I always tell, you know, anybody that's creative or has a talent, man, you know, you are your product.
True.
So, you know, granted, if you're an artist, a DJ, whatever, the actual act of the creative process or whatever you do is one thing, but you yourself is a product, the way that you present yourself and the way that you come off. And I think that within itself has gotten me in a lot of places, in a lot of rooms with a lot of people. Just being liked.
Right.
You know, because if, you know, I don't care how talented you are, if people don't fool with you, then what good is that?
Right.
You know, ain't nobody gonna want to deal with you or work with you if you don't conduct yourself with a level of integrity, and if you're not simply likable.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Let me ask you this: you're a man of many talents.
Right.
If you had to pick one out of everything you do, which would it be? And you had to go with it.
That's art.
Art, period.
All day.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, art was where it all began. So it's kind of like everything else was a byproduct of my love for art, because the DJing and the photography and all of these other things that I've invested money in came from a result of me investing in art, because I wanted to be able to create the presentation and be able to document anything that I did. Because it started out with me, I got a website done, you know, probably 10-something years ago. And I had a little 7.2 megapixel Sony camera. It wasn't really a good camera, but make a long story short, I ended up eventually wanting to go invest in a really nice high resolution camera so I could have really dope photography along with the dope, because I wanted my website to be dope. So a lot of these investments that I made, and then for me to do sipping paints and for me to do art shows, I needed music. Because any party that you do, you know, you're gonna need music.
You need the music.
Yeah,
right?
so, you know, so at the end of the day, I would choose art because that's the thing that I do that's still, and not to say that I don't do amazing things with the other things that I do in reference to DJing, photography, or whatever the case may be. But I think the talent that I have that stands out is the art.
Do you have a favorite piece?
No, it's like picking your favorite kid, yo. No. I mean, I have, you know, the artwork to me. I got so much artwork. I got a lot of stuff that people haven't seen, but you know, all of my pieces symbolize a time and a moment in my life, and I can remember, like, where I was, pretty much when I look at any specific piece, the heaven and hell, and the what they want, and the knowledge itself. You know what I'm saying? Because through those pieces of artwork, that's my journey.
Yeah, your time stamp.
My time stamp. That's my life.
Right.
So that's that art is my legacy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, when my day expires, that is the legacy that I'll leave behind, is the art.
Yeah, it's to me when I look at your art has a message.
In every piece.
In every piece. I wish you'd have bought some pieces up.
Yeah.
Let the people know how to find your art, man. I know you got something posted.
Yeah, well, you can always follow me on Facebook, which is David Charles, the illest illustrator on Instagram, the illest illustrator, or you could just put David Charles and it'll pop up. I got 2 of them, one for entertainment, one for art. But the art has been my journey. You know, it's been my growth, my development. It's been my blueprint. It's been my everything, and through art I've grown. Like, you know, I think art has been the reason why I've made it this far. Like, you know, it's been what has extended my life because it always gave me a sense of purpose, and it's therapeutic. So it's been my therapy. You know, me going through what I've gone through within the last few months and losing my daughter, I had to get back to the art. Yeah, and I had to get back to it and really stay connected with it, because in those moments I was to some extent at peace and comfortable in those moments. Yeah, so that was extremely important for me personally.
Have you ever instructed an art class or even thought about teaching art?
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, I just think that again, that's legacy. When you talk about teaching and you giving information, you sharing your gift, you know what I'm saying, from a technical standpoint, you know, talking about your process, you know what I'm saying, that is information that a person can take with them for the rest of their lives and can pass on to somebody else. You know, to some extent, I had a lot of people that actually showed me the way, and that you know, because I didn't have it all together when I was young. I didn't go to any of these major art schools. I went to Carver. I didn't get accepted at the School of the Arts. You know what I'm saying? Any major art institute that I tried to be a part of, you know, they you know, I was for the most part turned down. Even I get Artscape and all of these prestige art organizations, I was kind of shot down. So I had to kind of develop my own talent, my own skills through just trial and error. So my artwork kind of became what it was just based on my own level of creative ambition.
And that's what it's about. That creative piece is definitely important when being an artist. As far as artists that you looked up to, do you have like any specific favorite piece from, you know, one of your favorite artists?
You know what? I think that it's the Ernie Barnes piece was one of my favorite, because I used to watch Good Times back in the days.
Oh yeah, that's the picture of the intro, right?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Yep. So that was like, I always said to myself, like, you know, I want to do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it you know, that piece, when you look at it, it will last forever due to the fact that it exemplified what it was to be black in that era. Like, you know, it stood, I mean, art, man, like they say it's worth 1,000 words, but it was powerful and it was impactful. So when you look at that piece, it takes you back to good time. It takes you back to the 60s or the 70s. But that was one of my favorite pieces. I've always admired Larry Poncho Brown, which I think he's a living legend. He's been in the city of Baltimore, doing things nationally, worldwide for quite some time. I've always admired his grit. I mean, when you talk about a black artist that went straight from high school, came straight from high school and started doing sign painting, and his story is amazing. But the man has never worked for somebody in his life, nobody in his life.
I watched the interview. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna say. That interview, I was kind of like taken aback, like, this dude really knows his stuff.
Yeah.
And he talked about, he went to Carver too, right?
Went to Carver.
Went to Carver.
Yep.
He started painting signs, and like, damn, he started then and just took off. Had this museum, you can call it.
Yeah.
On Haywood. It caught on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. That interview, I didn't move.
Yeah.
I didn't move. So
yeah.
shouts out to him.
Yeah, he's a powerful brother. Yeah, Larry Poncho Brown is a powerful dude. He right here in the city. You know.
Reachable.
Yeah, you know, and I can call him up any given time and say what's up, and And that's the good thing about it is the fact that, you know, when you see somebody that's walking in the just kind of walking the lifestyle that you may want to live, and you got somebody that you can ask a question, and he always is going to give you good information, that's important.
Right, definitely. Oh, we got to go to a break. Don't go nowhere. Please like and share the show. We'll be right back. It is what it is.
First they love you, then desert you, leave with a plate full with no spoon. Ain't no space, I can't escape negativity. I got used to the taste of it, bad, burned and fucked over. Remain strong through the past over. Kicking haters out of the way like masked over. Roll up, sip something, let it pass over. Who would I be? It ain't the man to me to let the next man take advantage of me. When that storm come, no pen I see. Get with it, not without it, then you'll see. I peep the haters, they know I'm greater. That's why they buzzing for the elevator, but I can't save you. The weed too loud on the pedal stool, don't carry figures. Always got your hand out demanding favors. When I just looked out, now you need more paper. I can't breathe, give me 3 feet. I never let y'all be the death of me. When my patients run there, yeah, nigga OT, cause they wanna see me bound like I'm an NCT. 6 words, get the fuck away from me, say I help you out if you can help yourself. I keep it G till I DIE. Now excuse me while I get back to PC. HOP ain't losing sleep while your third eye always on me. I'm stacking green just to feed the team. My boo, she know that I'm king when chasing my dream. These niggas it seems I rip them, trash them, then put on new jeans. Man, see the problem is, man, you know, I keep it 100, man. Yeah, man, like if I got it, then you got it. Yeah, I mean, but if I don't got it, then I'ma give it. You feel me? But I definitely got you through the ride, man. Let's get it, yo.
I'm really getting tired of ungrateful ass niggas. They really about to turn me to a hateful ass nigga. Like I was never there when you never had figures. Pull triggers for you niggas when you caught up in the trenches. Man, I really don't get it. I don't know what's going on, but I really don't feel it. Niggas really know that I've been there from the beginning, but the more I see niggas side switching, make me wanna bring it closer to the end, and that's why I can't fuck around with these niggas. I'll fuck around with my hoes, cause niggas acting like bitches and hoes acting like bros. Man, I swear I really don't get it. How people switch up they roles. First it was nothing but love, but nowadays I don't know. It seems like anything goes. Where can I go? Cause lately fucking with you, I just stand at a fork in the road. It's hurting my soul. When I'm around you, I shouldn't feel like I should stay on my toes. So where do we go from here? Get dough from here, or are we gonna end it on the road right here? Cause either way, whether it's left or the right on my poverty, niggas gon' blow round here. Fuck cities up while we do shows round here. Keep our music bumpin' while we blow Joe round here. Don't be looking salty if you're not going nowhere. Should've kept it with the movement instead of moving over there. Cause I'm getting to the point where I just don't care. Know you're thinking to yourself that it's just not fair, but you made your choice and I won't be taught. Just know ain't no fucking coming back round here. And we shining and grinding. You mad that you ain't at the top when you see what we climbing. Our music is timeless. I thought you would witness the vision, but it's obvious that you blinded. I thought we was brothers. I thought we was fam, but it's plain to see that you don't give a damn. Everything cool when we out selling grams, but now what's the problem? A mic in my hand, man. Dang.
I feel you, my nigga. See, niggas be saying just one way of life when there's billions of possibilities that happen on a day-to-day basis. Don't judge us cause you ain't where you supposed to be at in life. Instead of envy or trying to bring niggas to your level, strive for better from yourself, not the people around you, man. Pay attention, wake up.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Feel free to call us up if you have any questions for us. 410-702-5657 is the number. Here with the great, talented David Charles.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, look, where do I start? Artists, DJ, photographer, videographer,
Yeah.
producer.
Yeah, we do it all. We do it all.
Man in many hats. Is it too early, or do you want to share a little bit about what we was talking about as far as what you shoot?
Yeah, well, I'm actually producing a series, and as of right now, I'm just gonna put it on YouTube. But it's gonna be called True Be More Stories.
True Be More Stories.
Yes.
Now, will this be different scenarios, stories from people, or just straight from you, or?
No, I'm taking, anybody that's committed and that has a story to tell that's realistic and reference something that can be created.
I got a feel.
Yeah, so I mean that's something that I'm really excited about because me being an artist and being and jumping into directing, that's something that I'm also passionate about, and it's also an extension of creativity.
Right.
And I try to keep that around me at all times. I've actually already started filming a trailer for it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm excited about it because what we shot so far is dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited about it, and I got some people involved in it that a lot of cats around the way ain't gonna see coming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got some people involved in it that's like, when you see them, it's gonna be like, wow, like. But yeah, Mac, stay on the lookout for it.
Stay on the lookout.
Directed. Yep.
I'm gonna have to shoot you some scenarios, or should I say, situations.
Right.
I have plenty. Listen, playing with just me, playing with my brothers. Oh man, when we sit down, once we get to talking, oh man, you gonna laugh, you might cry, who knows? But definitely got some things that I wouldn't mind seeing, like created, I would say.
Yeah.
So we got the fly. I guess I said the fly. We have the trailer coming. It says coming on YouTube. Do you usually look for like actors, or how does your process come about?
Well, what I do is what I honestly try to do is I try to keep it in house, like people that I know that I can trust.
Right.
I went the route before where I did a casting call and all that, but ain't nobody show up. Okay. Which is interesting to me. Like when you give certain people an opportunity to be a part of something that could be great, you have to have people that have a level of commitment involved with it. So to me, it's about the art. So the money will come in due time, and then when the money comes, you're in a position where you could pay people for their time. Like right now, I'm not there.
Right.
I could pay a person, or I could help, I could barter services or what have you. But right now, the creative aspect is most important to me, is to get the idea out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where people can see it and people can experience it and see what we doing. And that's really what it's all. That's really what it's all about.
The title already sound like it's big.
Yeah. So legally getting all of that squared away, getting it patent and everything. So that's because it's something that I really think is going to be big.
Right.
It's something that I think is going to be really dope. And just filming it for the first time and really getting the feel and getting the vibe for it, and just seeing how it looks on camera. To me, I know it's going to be powerful.
And we're going to say nothing. It's going to be big.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so, people that know me, they know when I speak on something, I really try to make it happen. I try to give you the best quality that I can give you, and I try to make it something that, it touches people, to give people a different perspective.
On different things, on different aspects of life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you never know what other people go through in life.
Nah, you don't.
That will definitely be interesting, and I'm definitely interested to view it and to hear about these other stories, because, like you say, you never know what people go through in life. It was crazy. I was scrolling through my Facebook and my DMs, and I ran across a message from somebody that I talked to in a long time. This message was even old, but just reading the message just got me thinking about, like, a walk to the store turned into a drug transaction and a murder within 20 minutes. And me and this person seen all of that, and it was just from a simple walk to the store. But it was just crazy by me reading the message. Reading that message took me back to that.
Right.
And it was wild, man. It was wild, definitely. So We got the beat, the True Beat with True Be More Stories.
That's it, bro. Yes, sir.
Okay. After that, do you have anything in the making, or that's like your baby? Right?
Yeah, well, right. You know, I want to continue the interview series. So, I mean, the thing about it is, the thing that I'm really trying to get better at is balance.
Okay.
Because when you think about all of the things that I do, they all require time and they all require effort. You think about DJing, that's one entity. You think about art and creativity, doing sipping paints. That's something else I gotta promote.
Yeah.
Then we talking about filming and directing. That requires time, writing.
Right.
And all of these things are things that's moving in my life at this time.
Right.
You know, and I mean, at the end of the day, like, that's something that I've embraced. I'm gonna be doing this until I'm, you know, I expire. So, but that's something that I'm really, that I really sometimes have to kind of bounce around with, is just the concept of dealing with all these different creative avenues that I've opened up. Some of them are financially lucrative right now. You know, when I DJ, I get paid. You know, it's dope. It's something that I enjoy doing. When I do a logo, certain things, but some things I do just out of the love for it, because I feel like if you do what you love, the money will come.
Right, right. Listen, brother, I'm in that same boat trying to balance everything. Working on a book, coaching, being a parent, working. So I kind of get down on myself because I'm into a lot of things, but I don't feel as though that I give everything that I'm into the equal amount of time, and I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah, I think that's difficult. You know, I think that if you know, you can kind of spread yourself thin when you're doing multiple things.
Yeah.
You know, you may not be able to 110% commit to something, but I always say any investment that you make into yourself is a great investment.
Right.
So if you're doing multiple positive things, creative things, you're good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that you're good. You know, as long as you're putting energy into something that's positive and you're building people and you're manifesting some type of positive growth and prosperity within yourself and within others, you're good.
Yeah, I been thinking lately that I really need to get back to touching the youth. I'm about to get back into mentoring, basically being more in the field, doing home visits and building these young men up because they need it.
Yeah.
A lot of these young guys are out here single parent, you know, in a single parent home with their moms, and the moms can't do it all.
Nah.
And I see it on a daily basis at the school I work at. You know, we got a lot of single moms bringing their children, you know, to school, and they Coach Miles, you still, like my son, which is outside, he plays football, and a lot of people that know me through my social media and just know me know that I'm serious with my son's athletic career.
Yeah.
So they may say, you know, well, are you playing? Are you coaching? Do you have anywhere for my son to go? And I don't want to put one of my students out there, but I'll just say one of my students lost 2 important family members within a month.
Right.
And he's one of the main reasons why I want to get back into what I'm doing,
right,
as far as mentoring. So I just think that we can't save every child.
Nah, you can't.
But we can save a few. So
right.
That's my thing, just to get back in the field and get the mentoring. And that's what I really want to do. Well, that's what I am going to do.
Right.
So that's what I'm going to do. But that balance, once you get it, man, send me the recipe, because I get down on myself sometimes because I don't think that I put enough time into everything that I need.
Yeah, I mean, and I think you should focus on effort, because I think that at the end of the day, you know, there's always going to be multiple things going on in any given person's life at one time.
Yeah.
But just the most important thing is that when you do give effort into whatever entity it is that you decide to put energy into, that you go 110% at it.
Yeah.
So I think that that's what's important. So when I'm DJing, I'm going 110% at that. If I'm working on a piece of artwork, I'm locked into that piece of artwork. You know what I'm saying? If I'm working on a video project or doing photography, I'm committed and I'm trying to get the best product as I possibly can get. So granted, you know, the balance part may be difficult, but just know that when you are in that creative mode, or you're doing something that you are destined to do, you just give your all to it.
Let's switch gears a minute. You got a DJ name?
No, I just go by David Charles ENT. That's it.
David Charles is on the wheels of steel. Packed house.
Right.
Party dead though.
Right.
What you throwing on?
I don't know.
What's gonna get the crowd up?
Well, you know, one thing I'm learning about it is, you know, DJing is an art to it, and it's an energy-based art.
Right.
So you gotta really like some people, you know, will walk up to you and they will ask you for their favorite song per se, but it's all energy-based. So you gotta sit back and be able to gauge the vibe of the venue.
True.
Right. So it really would depend on what type of crowd you got.
That's what I was about to say. All right, so we gonna do real quick.
Right.
I'm gonna give you the 2 age limits. I want you to give. All right, we're gonna go 40 and up. We'll go 30 and over. No, let's go 21. Let's go 20. Let's go 30 and under and 30 and over.
30 and under.
And 30 and over.
See, you know, and let me say this: the 30 and older, 30 between 30 and 40.
Give me 40.
They,
Get my age.
I mean, they versatile. I think
yeah.
that we are very versatile in the sense that you can throw on some, you can throw on trap, you can throw on some old school R&B, you can throw on some old school hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I think that is a diverse crowd.
Yeah.
Now the interesting thing is I recently, what was it, last Saturday, I did a birthday party for a 70-year-old man.
Okay.
So the interesting thing about it is you have different age groups. You got people in their 70s, you got people in their 50s, 40, all the way down to little kids that's barely walking on the dance floor. So one thing, you know, if you put on some old school stuff, the older people will get up and they get to dance, and then the younger people will sometimes sit down. You put on some new stuff, the older people to sit down, the younger people to get up.
Right.
So it's a delicate balance to kind of feel. So it's really no set way to go about it other than feeling the vibration of the people.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm throwing on.
What you throwing?
Frankie Beverly and Maze. Whoa, whoa.
Okay. That'll get. Yeah, that'll get him.
That's gonna get him up.
Yeah, that'll get him up.
Or I'm gonna take it back. The Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. It Takes Two or Chubb Rock.
Yeah. So
I should have been a DJ.
Yeah, it ain't too late.
Nah, I leave that to good brothers like you. I just enjoy it. But yeah, I think you're definitely right. You got to kind of gauge the energy and go from there.
Yeah, that's definitely a vibration thing. You definitely got to feel your crowd out, feel your audience out, and you know, and see what they bobbing to. I mean, generally when you know, a party's going into, you know, different. When you think about a party, it's certain things that happen. First thing, people got to get there, they greet each other, right?
Yeah.
Once they greet each other, they sit down, they may talk, they may have a conversation, and then they eat.
Right.
So once people eat, you know what I'm saying, generally they start drinking, you know, after they get to eating, right?
Salsa them.
Yup, so they get their drink in them. And then shortly after the drinking take place, they start loosening up a little bit. And that's when you want to, you know what I'm saying,
so
start opening up.
You waiting on the loose up before you?
No, but what it is, I think that you play things that people are familiar with. Again, you see your age demographic, you play stuff that people are familiar with, stuff that people can sing to, that they know from their childhood, because I think that that's what connects with a person. So you can kind of see them vibing in their seats. Okay. You see them vibing in their seats at that point, and then as the evening goes on and people get a little looser, then you can start throwing on more, I guess, party stuff based on the crowd. So I think that is something that you learn to do in time. Like you master it as a DJ. You know, I mean, I speak highly of, you know, I'm proud of where I am as a DJ and not being able to, you know, not doing it for this long. But it's definitely a skill and it's definitely an art to it. So I give kudos, a shout out to any dude that been in the game 10, 20 plus years. Because, you know, like I said, it's definitely an art to being a DJ.
I'm gonna give this personal shout out to DJ Booby. Hopefully I'm gonna make sure you see this, but you was the reason I used to walk from 3903 Rogers Avenue to the Ricestown Road Plaza to get DJ Booby track 1 through whatever.
Yeah.
DJ Booby, when he dropped, his joints was like when Jordan's dropped. You
Yeah.
got that new DJ Booby?
Yeah.
You had to go get it. And I definitely think he's a icon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Baltimore icon.
Definitely a Baltimore icon.
But you know what? Let me just throw this out there too, right? Why don't artists get their, like, I've never really been able to understand why artists are not truly valued and appreciated while they're here. You know, it's funny because I read something that said that Tupac sold 8 million records when he was alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
He sold $27 million, 27 million records after he passed away.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, that's something that I'm trying to figure out.
It's the way of the world, I think.
Yeah, but I just think that the way of the world is not the way. You know what I'm saying? Is you know, I just think that I personally don't understand it. You know, and I guess I can use myself as an example. You know, I'm not afraid to do that. What I'll say is I feel confident in my body of work. And I'm just talking about from an artist standpoint. As a visual artist.
Uh-huh.
You know, and I've been doing visual arts for the whole 40 years I've been on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like I haven't really been embraced and received for what I've done, you know, and for my body of work. I feel like my work is great.
Right.
You know,
I agree.
you know, and I feel like it has a message associated with it. I feel like it speaks on behalf of a lot of us as black people. And I just feel like it's powerful. And sometimes when I throw it up, it's like whatever. So
I want you to keep doing what you're doing.
Oh yeah, you know, and that's the difference in doing something for money versus doing it for the passion.
Right.
You know, people that do creative things for money generally do not last. Because when they're not making money or things get difficult financially, they find something else to do, they move on to something else.
Right.
But when you're truly dedicated to what you do creatively, whether, you know, whatever creative venture that you're pursuing, if you're truly dedicated to it, you'll do it no matter what.
Right.
You know, and that's the stage, you know, that I'm in. I've made a lot of money off of it, and there's been times when, you know, I haven't really done nothing with it. I just did it because I love to do it, you know, and because I had an idea or I had a thought or it was just a therapy thing. It was like it was therapeutic. But, you know, I think that deep down, every creative person, whether you're a visual artist, an MC, whatever it is you do, at the end of the day, I think that everybody would want the opportunity to make money off of their gift and make a living off of their gift.
Right.
But you know, you need a consumer. You need people that's gonna come out and support, you know, what you do, come out and buy your product. And I think that is the crossroad that I find myself in, and along with other artists and creative people that I may communicate with. You know, you got people that's out here doing some amazing stuff. But they just not getting, they're just not being supported, you know. So and you know, and it's kind of like the crabs in the barrel mentality that they talk about here in the city of Baltimore. So but you know, I can't really blame it on Baltimore, because at the end of the day, when you're on social media is a national or worldwide entity. Like, I get a lot of friend requests from Africa. You know what I'm saying? I get a lot of friend requests from places that I've never been.
Right.
So it's not even about, you can't just put it on Baltimore, because social media creates a national platform, or a platform where you can reach people across the world. So you just got to learn and master how to market on social media, and that's something that I'm learning to do. But, you know, it's something that you got to sit back and just really think about, and to see how you can move forward, and you know, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. I'm hoping that this whole support system within just here gets better, because, like you say, the crabs in the barrel. Like, it seems like us as the people, we don't want nobody to have one up on us, or we seem like we don't want somebody to be doing better than us. And it's crazy. I think if we were to unite, like Atlanta, for instance, united on the music scene, look what they're doing. They're not in competition. Like, even we can go with the clothing lines that are here in Baltimore. People, you know, might hit me sometimes. You see such and such line? Yeah. Let them brothers keep winning. Keep it up. I like it. It's fine. We're not in any competition. We all need to get behind each other and help each other grow. That's what I think the keys to growth and success is. We have to get behind each other and unify.
Yeah, I agree.
And also, all right, you have things going on. I have things going on. If I know you're a DJ and I'm going to have a party, why shouldn't I highlight my childhood friend?
Yeah.
Instead of an outside source?
Right.
Come Come on, y'all. We got to take it back. We got to help each other.
Yeah, no doubt.
And hopefully, I hope it get better. I don't know. I'm stuck in my ways. I believe what I want to believe, and I just always thought that, like you say, Baltimore is a crab in a bucket type of city. You got your cliques, but we got to cut that out and grow. I think in due time, though, it'll get better. I think so.
Yeah. I mean, what I will say is there's some amazing people in this city.
Yes.
It's some dope artists in this city. Some of the most creative people that I've ever met and experienced are right here in the city.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of them get frustrated. A lot of them get frustrated because they believe in their talent, they believe in their gift, but in some cases, when they try to push it out in the world, it's either the world don't receive it or the world or the city just kind of like, okay, and they move on to something else. So it can be difficult as an artist. Prime example, you said that your favorite piece that I created was the name of that piece is called "What They Want."
Okay.
And it was funny because the concept of the piece came from the phrase "What They Want." So I'm like, let me create something, and I started to just work on it. And it came, and the hours and the time and the dedication and just the thought, and I used to literally, creating a conscious piece of artwork is a deep process for me. Because I remember I did a piece called Angel of Slums where I had an angel sitting on a bench in the projects, right? And I had a liquor store across the street and all of that. And I created this environment that this angel was in. But I remember when I was working on that piece of art, I was thinking like, what do I have to put to make this liquor store or this little Korean spot in the background? What do I have to put on it to make it be authentic? So I literally got up, I remember, 4 o'clock in the morning and jumped in my car and I drove to 4 liquor stores. Everything was, with nothing moving, everything was closed.
Right.
But I'm standing in front of the liquor stores just looking at the signs they had in the window, the condition of the buildings. Like you got the little lotto thing from Lotto, Remy Martin. I remember seeing all of this stuff and I'm like, these are the things I gotta put in this piece to make it authentic. So the kind of fast forward to the piece, What They Want, the one that you said that you like, I literally drove up and down Park Heights, drove through the city, and you can see those memorials all over the city from black men that had been shot and killed on a specific place in the city, and they had teddy bears and they had bottles of wine or whatever, drink or whatever the case, and this is what I'm actually looking at, and then I go home and I transfer that idea to the piece of artwork.
That's crazy you said that. Reason being, it's the Chronicles of King Porter, right? It's about us growing up. I drove, no lie, like I posted it last week, to where I saw my first murder. Parked, it was raining, parked. And just like zoned out. You know what I'm saying? And I lately, like it is nothing for me to write. But lately I've been trying to better my skill. So I said, let me visit certain places. So I've been like east a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my way over west, but it's like putting yourself in that atmosphere and letting your creative mind work. So when you said that you was driving around to these bars at that time of night, that took me back to, that's deep.
Yeah, because it's authentic. But I said all of that to say that when you put all of that into a piece of artwork, and then you put it out in the world, and it's kind of like you hear crickets. You know what I'm saying? Like
I got you. I didn't
so
put this effort in you for y'all, and it's tough.
Yeah. So the Nasarima Dream. Yeah. I think I got that piece on my shirt.
Show the world, man.
Man.
You gotta show the world.
Yeah,
man.
but the Nasarima Dream, it took thought. It took research. The American flag in the background, a slave, cotton in the back, in the background. And these are pieces that I create to try to spark thought, because again, you know, I always live by this. If you get a man to think, he can save himself. So I create artwork to create some level of thought.
Right.
So when you're looking at it, it's kind of like, okay, and you start to question what you see. So the interesting thing is, like, when you put something out there that, you know, that is gonna create a certain vibration and that you deem as powerful, and you know it's powerful, it's kind of like, damn, like, are people intimidated by it? Do people fear? Because I understand that, you know, my artwork is different from what most people will see. You're not gonna see my type of artwork necessarily in an art gallery or even hung up in most people's houses. So it's easy to question something or fear something that you don't understand. But, you know, that's one thing that I've always said. Like, I'm like, wow, you know, I know that what I'm doing is dope, but, you know, is it too deep or whatever the case? And you get to question your talent. But again, you know, it's my own personal therapy, so I do it no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
That's deep, though, man. Yeah. And it's crazy when you were explaining. I can kind of see you driving to these spots, checking them out, and just going back to the lab and doctoring things up. How long does it usually take you to finish a piece?
It depends on how detailed it is. So I mean, like, I'm working on a piece now that I was posting. Yeah, a piece that I was posting, and that only took me a few hours actually. The silhouette with the lady with the afro, with her fists up. Yeah, so that's on my Facebook. But it only took a few hours. But now I'm already kind of looked at it a few times, and I'm like, you know what, I want to enhance and add some things to it. So I'm gonna actually finish that piece up. But what I've recently been doing is I've been starting a lot of pieces and just not finishing them. But the game plan is to finish them because, you know, I want to do a art gallery for my 41st birthday.
Okay.
I want to do something big with all of this stuff that I've been working on.
That's what's up.
Let's see if I can bring the city out.
Yeah. That's what's up. Hey, listen up. Don't go nowhere. We will be right back. Oh, no, we won't. Time is flying. Before we get out of here, let the world know how to find you.
Yeah, you know it. David Charles. Go on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook, David Charles. Instagram, I got 2 Instagrams, one for entertainment, one for art. So the art is the illest illustrator. The illest illustrator, all one word, connected. Or you can just put in David Charles and you'll see it. The illest illustrator. It's a picture of Nipsey Hussle that I did as the profile picture. And the other one is my David Charles ENT. So it's David_Charles.ENT. Or again, you can put in David Charles and both of them should come up for you.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
come check with me. Come holler at me.
Make sure y'all get with him. This is a good talented brother. You need a DJ, photographer,
Yeah,
videographer,
and
artist.
and shout out to New War, my man Corey Brown, my man Tony, the owners of New War. I'm there DJing every Saturday night and every Thursday night. And I actually got a Sip and Paint coming up March I believe it's the 21st. I mean, it's on my page. So it's March 21st. And it's going to be at New War, and I'm doing early bird tickets. So if you feel it in your heart, come out and support. Sip and Paint's always a blast.
Yeah, I've heard. I still haven't made it to one. That 21st, I'll be with my family, but I'm gonna definitely get with you.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming through.
Absolutely.
Please like and share the show. My name is Fly T Miles. Y'all can follow me on Instagram or Tyree Miles on Facebook. Always a pleasure. Catch us every Friday, 9 p.m. It is what it is radio. Till next week, y'all.
It's the weekly roundup. Here's what happened this week on Cheryl Underwood Radio.
It's the jump